I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Hello there, and welcome to Mando Theory. My channel is made for helping you understand Star Wars, everything you want to know, but don't have the time to research it yourself. Today we'll be discussing on why I think Bo Katan accepted the Darksaber from Sabine Wren in Rebels, but not from Din Djarin in The Mandalorian. I think the reason for that is because during Rebels, when she accepted the Darksaber from Sabine, it was after they had just completed a mission, destroying the only machine that could basically disintegrate Beskar. And she had just shown how she was a good leader by convincing Sabine to help her destroy what Sabine had spent years perfecting and making, not knowing it was going to be used against the Mandalorians. Then, after they'd returned from destroying it, Sabine said that Bo Katan should become ruler of Mandalore with the Darksaber. Bo Katan at first refused because she didn't think she was ready to become leader. And then Sabine opened the door to the end of their ship and showed all the clans of Mandalore sitting there. They all just said the clan name and said that we are with you. It was the leader of each clan. There's hundreds of clans too, so it was a very big feat. And then at the end, Sabine's mother, Ursa Wren, said that the clan Wren was with her. And that was when Bo Katan took the Darksaber, because every clan there supported her, and that was the only reason that she could. So, later on, somehow she must have lost the Darksaber to Moff Gideon during the Great Purge and the War of Mandalore, when almost all the Mandalorians were killed and the planet was destroyed during the Great Purge. Moff Gideon must have beaten her in front of all the rest of the Mandalorians and taken the Darksaber, which means that she was no longer ruler of Mandalore, and then couldn't be ruler of Mandalore unless she beat someone in the combat, like the ancient laws and customs say. This is why, when Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, tried giving it to her and yielding in The Mandalorian, she refused, because that was not how the ancient laws worked. You couldn't just yield the Darksaber. You actually had to fight, and someone had to lose. It didn't have to be a fight to the death, but someone still had to lose. And she also might not have been able to do it, because it was only a couple of her friends there. Moff Gideon. If Moff Gideon had gotten out of prison at any time and actually said anything about this, she would have lost all legitimate claim to the throne of Mandalore, and then would have been executed and had her head chopped off. Another reason she probably didn't accept it, that I think, was because she felt shame for losing to Moff Gideon, and she wanted revenge. She wanted to show how good she was in front of Din Djarin and all her friends. I think that's another great reason why she didn't accept the Darksaber from Din Djarin, is she didn't want to fight him. What she wanted to do was to fight Moff Gideon and beat him, so she could have revenge and take the Darksaber back and become leader of Mandalore again. And she wasn't leader of Mandalore for very long either, because the Great Purge happened not that long after when she accepted the Darksaber. Not more than 10 years later. I think that Din Djarin will become the new leader of Mandalore. He'll take the Darksaber, go and unite all the tribes of Mandalore again, and then they'll start reconstruction of the planet and rebuilding Mandalore and gathering all the people until they become another great power like they used to be before the Great Purge and before the War of Mandalore and the Siege of Mandalore with the Jedi. And remember, he is not like Duchess Satine. He's not one of the pacifist leaders, so they'll become strong with Beskar armor again and take down the Beskar buildings, probably. At least that's what I want to happen and what I think Disney should make to happen. That will bring this episode of Mando Theory to a close. I'll see you next time. Mando Theory out.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.